Lieutenant Felix Waitkus examines the damage to his plane after literally hitting Ireland on his attempted flight from New York to Kovno, Lithuania. He flew blind through fog and storm for 22.5 hours, scarcely seeing the Atlantic Ocean all the way. Then down in a field at Ballinrobe, County Mayo, and a bad landing. Despite the extensive damage to his machine, the American-born Lithuanian pilot got out of his forced landing without a scratch. Unlucky to crash, but lucky to be alive. Although he failed in his attempt to reach Lithuania non-stop, he is only the 5th airman to fly solo across the Atlantic in a single-engine plane. When he first surveyed the damage, he thought the Lituanica II was wrecked beyond repair, but later it appeared that it could be transported to Dublin and made good for £400. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Waitkus can enjoy the hospitality of the Irish people after his daring and partially successful venture.
Labadiena, gerbiami lietuvių bendruomenės nariai, draugai, airiai, mėly svečiai, sveiki susirinkę į ypatingą dieną. Lituanica II skrydžio 90-mečio minėjimą. Šįryt simboliškai keliavome į Patriką, kuris airių yra tikėjimo ir stiprybės simbolis. Tai mūsų pagarba Feliksui Vaitkui, kuris 1935 metais drąsiai perskrido Atlantą.
Welcome to this special day as we gather here to commemorate the 90th anniversary of the Lituanica II flight. This morning we began with a symbolic journey to Patrick, a mountain that stands in Ireland as a symbol of faith and strength. In this way, we paid tribute to Felix Vaitkus, who in 1935 courageously crossed the Atlantic. His journey was filled with challenges, but above all, with determination.
Start with the Lithuanian and Irish anthems. Well done, and now Frankie's gonna do an Irish anthem.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for coming. Great to see everyone. We'll do the Oran of Venus scale again, so I had to brush up on it myself, and I wouldn't be that good at it, but I'll give it a go. Shinna fina fo atofik yalegere windar slua tartin darane krun we move the chair chanchira shinche fasta Ni akper fwyn shiran o fwyn tro Anog the hain sa bran o gwyl Legian ar gwyl Han bosh no siv Egun ei trir Twi lad na leir Sharif kadik ar
Dabar kviečiu pasisakyti mūsų svečius, tai sveikinimo žodį tars Lietuvos Respublikos ambasadorius Airijoje Jonas Grinevičius.
And now the Lithuanian ambassador in Ireland, apologies, in Ballinrobe, that's currently in Ballinrobe, is going to say a few words. I'll pass you on to Jonas Grinevičius.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a big pleasure indeed to be here today in Ballinrobe. It's a special occasion indeed. It's a joyous occasion. We celebrate the 90th anniversary of the crossing of Atlantic Ocean by our compatriot Feliksas Vaitkus. And amazingly, Feliksas Vaitkus indeed, it's an example not just of courage and determination, of mastery of technology, which actually in those days, 90 years ago, aviation was in its nascency and in infancy indeed. So it took a lot of technical skill and courage to cross the Atlantic alone, and he was the sixth man to do that in the world. But also I guess what is important, that Feliksas not only brought America and Europe closer together, not only America and Lithuania closer together, but for me as ambassador to Ireland, Feliksas Vaitkus brought Lithuania and Ireland closer together. And we are today in beautiful County Mayo, in this wonderful town of Ballinrobe, together with the local community and government representatives. And I appreciate so much your time and your effort being here today with us. And also special thanks go to Danish Čepaitis, businessman, Lithuanian businessman, who indeed contributed to renovation of this beautiful monument. And of course, thank you very much to the local authorities. They are also supportive and they help to keep the memory, and we appreciate that very much. It's a pleasure to be here, and we promise to be here again, not just for the 100th anniversary, but every year. It's indeed a special occasion to be here in this part of Ireland. So again, I mean, thanks very much, and it's great that we are together. I hope that we'll be able to stay together a little bit and try some Lithuanian delicacies which we brought. Again, I mean, thanks very much to our Lithuanian community in Ireland. These brave people indeed braved the elements, and not only they are here today in Ballinrobe, they climbed the mountain and successfully climbed down, which is another achievement. So I'm so pleased to be here. Don't want to take more of your time. Enjoy. Indeed, it's a fantastic occasion to be together. So thanks very much for inviting me as well, and thank you.
Kad ten išjausčiau tylą, gamtos stebuklo galią, kad palikėčiau lietų krištolais dabintą, žemelę suvilgytą, smilgelę atgaivintą. Pajausčiau gamtos jėgą, jos versmes didingas, kaip vaikas vėl priimčiau gyvenimą prasmingą. Ten supsos jos glėbyje, laimės aureoliai, brangių tėvelių žemėj, kol šaknis dar gyvuoja. Nuostabų žemės grožį širdyje tol nešiosiu, kol gyvas mano kūnas, kol dar širdį ilgiuosi. Go, Felix landed and found hospitality and friendship that still continues. And after that, I want to thank David and Patsy and all the family supporting for continuing. And as everyone Lithuanian coming into Mayo, they truly deeply feel how supported they are. And I really want to thank for this, because you are feeling here wanted, accepted. And even this small meeting here, how it was organized, you can feel that it's enough to see the word. And this word is caught from on the side, and everyone is giving the hand. And thank for all my brothers and sisters Lithuanians. For no matter what, I'm sure that all of you, you have million reasons to be anywhere else in this moment. But you chose to be here. So thanks for contributing with your energy, with your souls, with your thoughts.
tokia stipri trauka
pakilti ir nuskrėti
tolybę neregėton,
ten tavo šaliai,
kur tavo gimtas kraštas
žaliuojantis miškai
ir upėmis išvagotais raštai.
ir ežerų akim mums vis dar reikia sparnų skrist aukštyn tolyn, mums vis dar reikia jėgų, mums vis dar reikia sparnų.
Nebaisios tau nei audros,
Nei lietus plakantys,
lėktuvą vien tik saugos
tavo karšta širdis.
ir tau iškilo tikslas.
Greičiau pasiekti krantą,
Tik tūpas metalinis pakils dar kartą.
mums vis dar reikia
Sparnų
skrist aukštyn tolyn,
mums vis dar reikia jėgų,
mums vis dar reikia
sparnų.
Mums vis dar reikia
Sparnų
skrist aukštyn tolyn,
mums vis dar reikia jėgų, mums vis dar reikia sparnų.
visi
Mums vis dar reikia sparnų. Skrist aukštyn tolyn, mums vis dar reikia jėgų, mums vis dar reikia sparnų.
mums vis
Dar reikia jėgų.
Labai ačiū.
Councillors Neil Sheridan and Tom Gilligan, our Director of Services, you're all very welcome, and together with the Lithuanian community and many familiar faces I see out there in front of me. Well, it's not many people who would say today that they left the USA and they were going to travel across the Atlantic, and with 5 sandwiches, 5 ham and egg sandwiches actually, in their bag, and hope to reach their destination. But I've stood here many times before, and to celebrate the great achievement of Felix on his journey. He was the sixth person to fly across the Atlantic, and he was on his journey anyway. When he was coming over Dublin, there was so much fog there he couldn't see any place to come down. So he did find a place anyway in Ballinrobe, and that man's there's my man over here, Mr. Hughes, who his father met him after he landed out in Clongoola. So it was a historic thing for Felix. It was very historic for Ballinrobe because it lives on here into the future, and will live on for many years after we're all gone, and live on forever, actually, I should say. So it was a great pleasure for me to be able to sign the agreement between Lithuania and Mayo. We all visited Marijampolė, where all the documents were signed, and I want to thank the people of Lithuania for the wonderful response and reception that they had towards our many visits out there, as most of my councillor friends here beside me will remember.
and it was remembered and will be remembered for many years by us all. The spirit of cooperation in your community. Actually, my own car mechanic, he's from Lithuania, so I cannot say anything, or otherwise I mightn't get home from Ballinrobe this evening. So if I can just say, and thank you all very much, and if there's any way that we can facilitate as local representatives, that we can facilitate you to generate business or otherwise between Lithuania and Mayo, we will be delighted to do so. And it would be remiss of me also to not to mention the work the work down through the years done by Neil Sheridan in securing the great relationships that we have. And even, you know, even sometimes, like when it wasn't politically correct, he had to take the bull by the horns and try and say, we're continuing with this, and I want to pay special tribute to you, Neil, for the work you have done. Ambassador, it's a great pleasure to have you here, and we'll hope to meet many times in your tenure as ambassador, and anything we can do for you and your community, we will be there to do so. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Richard. Thanks very much. And finally, before I hand back to the ladies and Father Dennis to do the blessing, I'd like to call on, I thanks for the tributes I'm getting there for putting this together, but no, I did no work here today. I certainly have an interest in it, but I think my interest is dwarfed by the interest that this man here on my left has in it. David Hall, known to you all, and David would like to say a few words.
Thank you, Neil. Welcome, Ambassador. Before I say my farewell, I'll just say thank you to Neil again. He's been with us all the way through this, and I think he's been a mighty man to keep it going all the time. Also our local councillors, who has always helped us in every way I can. But I have one special job here today. I want to pay a special tribute. People have mentioned it already, to the man who is responsible for all of us being here today, and 140 is no longer with us. About 20 years ago now, in a discussion I was having with Patsy Murphy, he mentioned to me about the flight by Felix Vaikas, who was attempting to fly from Chicago to Kaunas in Lithuania in 1935, when he had to make an emergency landing in a field outside Ballinrobe, and how he would like it to have it commemorated. Little did we know that what that conversation would lead to. Every year after that, for 18 years at the end of September, with the wonderful help of our Lithuanian friends, we held a very successful annual festival here in Ballinrobe in honour of that flight. That these festivals were such a success was mainly due to Patsy's enthusiasm and hard work in ensuring that everything was organised properly. These festivals also resulted in us, along with the representative of Mayo County Council, on 2 occasions visiting Jonava and Marijampolė in Lithuania, and eventually setting up a twinning between Marijampolė and Mayo, which we hope will lead to many years of close bonds and friendships between the two regions. It also led to the Chief of the Lithuanian Defence Forces on an official visit to our country, which was the surprise of our own Chief of Defence wanting to visit Ballinrobe. With Patsy's great love of music, one occasion especially stands out. We were invited by the then ambassador to attend a concert given by one of the world's greatest choirs, Vana Musica, in Western Road Church in Dublin. That Patsy really enjoyed that evening would be a complete understatement. Coming out of the show, Patsy said, God, it wouldn't be lovely to get those choir to Ballinrobe. 1 year later, yes, we had them in Ballinrobe. That was Patsy's persuasive determination. Without doubt, Patsy, in his wonderful, quiet, dignified and diplomatic way, was the driving force behind the success of these ventures. It has been such an honour and privilege to work closely with Patsy over the years on these projects. from discussing them over a cup of tea in his office, to calling to his house and always getting wonderful welcome and many cups of tea from Jean Anna, who very much shared Patsy's enthusiasm for their success.
Dabar kartu iki jau žinot. Jo. Rankšluostinį jausiu, lietų